welcome to another video in my channel. Thank you so much for everyone that have supported me in my year-long series called Digging Through My Stash A through Z. Some of you have said that you would like to watch a video, or you'll be interested in watching a video about kind of the things that I have learned from this series, kind of a recap video. And so I have written up, because that's the kind of person I am. I write the things that I have learned, and I just wanted to share those with you. Now, if you are new to my channel, or maybe you haven't seen any of the videos, or you watched it a little bit of it in the beginning and kind of lost track, I did a Digging Through My Stash A through Z video in 2021, kind of overflowed in 2022 in January as well, because there's only 24. I was only able to make 24 videos in 2021, so because it's 26 letters, I did an extra 2 this year. And what I did was I tried to create layouts based off of the items in my stash. I focused on items that I wasn't really using. I mean, it's still in my stash, but it kind of needed a little bit more love, and I added that extra challenge of adding the alphabet. So I would use a product or maybe a theme that started with a specific letter, and it would just go on for that. So the first thing that I have learned from this challenge was that I really have plenty of supplies in my stash. It's kind of interesting how I go through my crafting and I have this list, this little post-it note that I have on the side of my table, and I write, oh, I need some more of this, I need more of this, or oh, it'd be nice if I have this. But really, if I just step back and kind of have a different outlook on my supplies, I have a lot of supplies already. The next thing that I have learned is that I do have my go-to products now. I have been scrapbooking for almost, my oldest is now 18, so I would have been scrapbooking 18 years, because I started when he was about 9 months old. And so I have amassed a good amount of supplies. But I have realized that in the last maybe 2 or 3 years, that I have a specific I've honed down on a specific style of scrapbooking, and therefore I also have my go-to products. Like, there's just these products that I use over and over again, or things that I really like. And so having this kind of series, switching it up occasionally, actually helps me remember why I'm keeping the stuff that I'm keeping. Because I think I consider myself a pretty good person that purges. No, I don't purge every 6 months, but when I do purge, I really go through my stuff. And so I feel like I have touched most of my items, if not all of the items in my stash, at least every year, and just to go through, purging and cleaning. And so that doesn't really equate to, like, when me keeping the product, that doesn't equate to me using it. And so that was one of the things that I really liked about this challenge, was switching it up, just focusing on a specific product and not necessarily going straight to my go-to products, have really helped me understand why I'm keeping the stuff that I'm keeping. And there are actually some items that I had used throughout the video making, or the layout process, or the series that I did, that it ended up going in the trash, because it's either I'm not using it anymore, or I realized that actually this paint is not working anymore, or this glitter is not working anymore, whatever it was that I was using, it just went through the stash. So I suggest if you're like into that, like, do I want to keep it, do I not, try to use it in a layout, and if it doesn't work out, that means it needs to go in the trash. Third thing that I have learned is I am no longer afraid of using it all up. I remember in the beginning of my scrapbooking days where I'm really careful in using papers and stickers, and just really conscientious of how much I use of something. But now it's like, even if I have a new sticker sheet, I think I remember it was the video for vacation, and I had this whole sticker sheet. It was a full sticker sheet of epoxy vacation themed stickers. I used it all up in that one layout. And it's interesting because back in the day, I would really piece them out and try to maximize that. But I figured, you know what, this sticker sheet is what, 79 cents, a dollar for the whole sheet. I can buy another one of that. So that was one thing that I have learned. The fourth one that I have learned from this challenge was that there are items that I don't use anymore, like ribbons, mist, flowers, wooden stamps. So not necessarily that I'm gonna throw or give away or dispose of those items. It's not necessarily I'm going to do that, but I do know that I am not going to buy any more of those items. So if I see wooden stamps at Goodwill, this is me talking to myself. Not going to buy anymore. That's the plan anyways. So lesson number 5 is that for me, paper is a must. That is the most consumable item that I use, which makes sense because it's scrapbooking, right? We use paper a lot. So for me, that is the big thing that I would put my focus on every time maybe I have an extra cash, or if I'm given a gift card, I am going to look at my cardstock supply or my pattern paper supply and see what I need and then replenish that before I go and buy all of the other things in all the other products that I could use in my scrapbooking process. Now, next lesson that I learned is using up my stash helps me make up my own embellishments. And I actually really like to personalize my own embellishments. This is the most recent that I could remember, but I did the quilt one. I really love piecing together that quilt, and I use my tools, a lot of my tools for that. And then also that Christmas one, I believe it was the wooden stamps video where I had made my own embellishments and just little clusters, and I really enjoyed that one. So I feel like that's how I can use my stash, especially the items that I don't normally gravitate to, is to make my own embellishments out of that. And then the next thing that I have learned is in the first few years of my scrapbooking, I was gravitating towards the cheap items, like the dollar items that we would find in Joann's or Michael's, and they're okay, but I have found over the years that because they were cheap, the quality wasn't good. And so from now on, when I'm looking for items to add into my scrapbook stash, I have to look into not only the quality of the product, but also the versatility. And so now I'm really leaning towards purchasing, or not purchasing a lot, but when I do want to purchase something, I gravitate towards stamps because I know the versatility of stamps, tools, items like that, because I know that even though they're a higher price point in the beginning, I can use them over and over again, or I can use them in a lot of things. The next one, and this one was kind of like towards the end, I've learned this one, was sometimes trends come back. If you remember, this was the most recent video that I posted, was my why video, which was the yellow one, where I used my glitter glue or glitter stuff that I got from Michael's a long time ago. They're kind of like stickles. I used them, and I used a stencil and scraped them off, and it has this really textured glitter background. And I got that idea because scrapbook.com have their own like bottles of glue, kind of like Nuvo drops, and that's what they did in one of the videos that I watched on Instagram. And that immediately made me think of those little bottles that I got that was only $1 a long time ago. And so I used that, and I feel like although that bottle was kind of more stickles, and then this newer bottles are more paint, more textured paint, I think they're very similar in nature. And so if you are holding on to some products, you might, if you really love them, hold on to them, because that trend of using those particular products, using those particular tools might come back again, and then you will be able to use the products or the tools that you have had for a while in your stash. And also that will help with, if you see a trend that you want to try, you already have the product at home or in your stash, so you don't have to buy something new. And then the last one that I have learned from this challenge is doing these challenge like this makes me makes scrapbooking exciting again. I don't know about you, but like I said before, I have been scrapbooking for about 18 years now. And so sometimes, you get into, not totally in a rut, but you get into that phase where you're doing the same thing over and over again. And this has really revitalized my love for paper crafting, scrapbooking, and documenting. I have said this, especially like towards the end, maybe like October, November videos, where I really like, the only time that I would be in my scrapbook room is to make the videos, to make the layouts for the series, because I haven't had the time because of the other responsibilities that I have right now in my life. And so because I was focused on the project or on the challenge at hand, it really kind of reminded me of why I do this. I really love the creative process. I love going through my stash and finding out products that I can put together and document this particular memory for me and my family. And so this commitment has really pushed me out of my comfort zone. So those are the things that I have learned from this from doing this series. If you have participated once or twice or the whole way through, I thank you for joining me. If you are just starting out watching the videos, or you're interested in joining us, hop along, not hop along, but join along. And if you are posting videos on, or pictures on Instagram, tag me so I can see it. I love how you guys take my prompts and use it for your own challenge or for your own products and theme. So I really appreciate that. If you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I make scrapbook videos and card videos here in this channel. I have had this channel for a while, but it's just grown organically. I don't do anything like any other type of like advertisement or way to increase my subscription or the people that watch my videos. So this is all organic. This is all because of you guys, that you get me. You get what I do, and I so appreciate that. Until next time, bye.